So after Hawkins was attacked by the Predator, his gear and other items were taken off, his clothing was removed, and his body was left to hang up in the trees. Dutch and his team would sweep the jungle, looking for Hawkins, but they never found the body. I was going through the pages of Predator, the original year's omnibus, and I found something that tells a different story. There's a section that covers the making of the movie Predator. They go over things about the story and creating the look of the Predator. They also have an early design by Alan Monroe, both with a mask and another without the mask. They got the idea of the dreadlocks from the Rastafarian warrior, and the mandibles idea came from James Cameron. They have some art pieces of the storyboard, scenes with the Predator that went into the movie, but slightly changed. This shows the scene when Billy's body got his spine ripped out up on the tree, but it looks like this was supposed to be Hawkins' body until it was changed to Billy in the end. It says here, just before touching the body, he lets loose with his claws at the base of Hawkins' spine, punctures the skin, blood oozes down from the body. The scene plays out like it did in the movie. The Predator would use a device to clean the flesh and muscle off the skull. Alien reaches for something in his backpack. Alien sprays excess flesh and muscle from his skull and spine trophy, as if he were cleaning a fish out. It mentions Hawkins again in this part. Alien in a Hamlet shot. Hawkins' skull in his big hand. The backbone runs the full length of his arm. Low angle upshot of Alien admiring his prize. He turns in this shot. In this scene, they scratched out where Alien stands over Hawkins. Maybe blood trickles from his face down a branch. This could be the time when they decided to change it from Hawkins to Billy. In the movie Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, during the graveyard scene, you can see the name Hawkins on one of the stones. During the end credits of Predator, Hawkins is reading a comic book about Sergeant Rock. John McTiernan said during the DVD commentary, Arnold had an adaptation of Sergeant Rock in production, which is why it was on set, so they used it for the scene. During the inside of the chopper scene, Hawkins is also reading something. It's a bit unclear what he has, but we think it's the same comic book. During the movie, it showed Hawkins had the role of Radio Man, but the script also said he was a medic. There was another version of the script where Hawkins took the name of Dylan. You can see this was the Radio Man and medic. The name of Hawkins was used for another character. This one used the M60 machine gun, and he was in his early 20s. This version of the script would see Hawkins get eliminated early in the story when his team makes contact with the other gorillas at the campsite. In the comic book series Archie vs. Predator, there's a character that resembles Hawkins at Dutch's beach bar, and he's also reading a comic book, but this one is about Sergeant Croc. There's also two other characters here. One could be Mac, and the other one with a hat and mustache that could resemble Blaine. There's a special reason why Shane Black's character Hawkins was the first one to get eliminated by the Predator. This was a decision made by producer John Davis. I met Shane on that movie. Shane was a really great writer who had just written this great script called Lethal Weapon. We wanted him to do a rewrite on the Predator script, so we put him in the movie because he's an actor. Even though Black still appeared in the film, his untimely demise was to serve a higher calling in continuing the film's story. Davis later added, we asked him to do a rewrite and he said he was an actor in the movie and not a writer, so he was the first person we killed. He was killed 7 minutes into the movie. There was also this comic book story called Predator, the original screenplay. It was going to be 5 issues, and this would have been adapted from the 1984 screenplay by James E. Thomas and John C. Thomas, before it was finalized into Predator from 1987. So the visuals, creature, and characters were based on descriptions of that screenplay. The cover art for the issues were already drawn out and colored. But in the end, this project was cancelled because the license to print comics about the Predator had moved over to Marvel. They also had delays from the world issue back in 2020, and the comic book industry shut down, so this story will most likely never get completed or released. So that's it for the video and a couple of facts about Hawkins. Leave a like rating if you enjoyed it, or a comment below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.